Last week, there was a Switch Indie event. There's a Gears of War movie in the works. And today, we got the Game Awards nominees. The nominees, they're here. We're going to talk about that here on Last Week in Games. Join us live every Monday at 3:30 Arizona time at twitch.tv/lonercast and later on every podcast service known to man by searching Last Week in Games. Hello, boyos.
Oh, boyos.
Welcome to Last Week in Games, where everything is video games. My name is Jake. I'm joined today by the one and only Nick. Gears of War Sapon. How are you doing?
Wow. Yes, Gears of War.
Yes, Mr. Gears himself. What are you drinking there? It looks like milk.
You know,
you drinking milk?
It's dark and stormy.
Sperm. Oh. Just looks like spunk in there.
It's getting fucked up at 3:30 p.m.
You know, so like we put our semen into like
Glasses?
we cryogenically froze it. We decided we don't want kids. Now I'm drinking it.
Yeah,
That's it.
it's the way to do it.
No, what is it for real?
It's lemonade.
This is just lemonade. Oh,
It's actually limeade, simply limeade.
Looks delicious. Although
Does it?
kind of spermish.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
How's your life? How's your life going? I love that my
Good.
mom is currently in the chat and she's just so disgusted right now. She's like, "What are you doing? What's happening here?"
That's how you know. That's how you know when you've made it, right?
Yeah. Aren't you proud, Mom?
Aren't you proud of your boys talking about glass of sperm?
Aren't you proud?
This is what you've become.
This is what you raised.
You know, I've been all right. I had a 4-day weekend. Super nice. Super nice. Veterans Day was here, and I get that day off.
Nice.
And also, I took today off, Monday, because
Why not?
fuck it.
Yeah.
Why not?
I love that for you.
I
I figured you got it off because it was like I don't know, some sort of weird holiday thing.
Veterans Day was Friday.
Hmm.
So I got Friday off. And then also, I just took Monday off. So I just extended the holiday weekend.
That's nice.
Because I'm a veteran
Um,
of sorts. I've played Call of Duty.
yeah, you're a veteran like John Cena's a veteran.
Yeah, exactly. I support the troops.
I also got a bit of a long vacation over the weekend.
Did you?
Yeah. I got a little sickly on Friday.
Yeah, it's going around.
Yeah, and I took a COVID test, and it came back like slightly positive on my first one, which is weird. And then I've taken several since then, and they've all come back negative. So I don't know.
You can't trust them anymore.
I don't know. I might have COVID, might just be a flu, but I took the days off work just in case, So we're all quarantined up over here, but
Nice. So you had a pretty good vacation as well.
yeah, and I don't feel like that sick. Just a little bit of a cough, a little sore throat.
There were a couple of things that I did this weekend, mostly yesterday, that we could talk about here, and I'm just now thinking about it. Yesterday, I went to a Smash room, where it's a room where you can just bring a whole bunch of shit to break in a room with like supplied baseball bats.
That's cool.
Yeah, so that was actually kind of fun. Like it was. We found a Groupon for cheap, and we went, and they give you a crate of like bottles and pottery and stuff. It's like one of those milk crates. They fill it up, and you just get in there and you smash for about an hour. It feels good. It's kind of awkward at first because you're like, let's fucking smash some shit, and then once you get going, it's like, fuck this thing, and you just go ham at it and throw out your shoulder.
Very therapeutic, I imagine.
It is, yeah. I was thinking, like, if anybody like is in like a relationship and they recently break up with somebody, that is the perfect thing to do. Just like mates, our mate has been devastated. We need to gather all his ex's shit put it in a bag, and then we're going to the Smash room, and we're all gonna smash her shit.
Did you get to smash a CRT TV?
I didn't, but that would be really fucking good.
Oh man,
I got to smash a VCR, which was actually kind of fun. But you know, the weapons they give you, we had a baseball bat, or a couple of them, a crowbar. We had like a little ice pick. There was a pipe and a bike lock for some reason. Honestly, we brought a keyboard to smash, and that was the best weapon to use because you'd hit something, it would shatter, and then keys would fly off the other way. So it was just visually, it was just like super satisfying to smack it and shit just flies everywhere. Yeah, if we should do something like that if we can find a good deal, because it's kind of expensive. Looking up, like, I asked how much it usually is, and it's like $60 per person.
Who'd you go?
Fuck.
Who'd you go with?
Me, Danielle, and a couple other Danielle's friends.
So
they found the group on it, like, hey, you guys want to go with us? And we're
it's
like
sure. $60 for like how long?
I think it's for an hour, but we went over an hour. It doesn't seem like it's very, unless they're busy, I guess. It doesn't seem like it's very strict on how long you get.
Yes, Nana, you can go with.
Yeah,
smash some stuff.
Smash some stuff. Yeah, and then we had to leave shortly after that because we got invited to do medieval times.
Oh.
So we did a medieval times thing.
I love medieval times.
Which is pretty good.
It's so dumb. I love it.
It's awesome. Like, it's such a cool idea, but they just force sell things.
It's too expensive.
And that's the worst thing about it. We got in for $10.
I get why it's so expensive though. It's a lot of production costs. Just the horses alone, you know.
Oh yeah. Well, they got to keep the horses there and fed and boarded or whatever.
Then you got to train people to ride those horses and learn how to. Yeah, it's pretty expensive. Yeah. So I get it, but yeah.
Yeah. So we got in for $10 because we have some connections.
That's a smanging deal, dude.
Yeah, and so we didn't have to worry about dinner. And actually, apparently they were supposed to like pour a soup. We arrived like a few minutes late. So we just saw this soup canister sitting out there, and we're like, oh, fuck it, let's just pour ourselves some soup. And our waiter comes over, and he's like, oh, okay, well, I was supposed to do that. And he moves the soup canister like way over here. He's like, I'll be right back. And he walks away. So it was like this weird vibe from him all night. And we were like trying to be so nice to him. Like, shit, we didn't realize we weren't supposed to like pour our own soup.
They do the pouring over there, bro.
Yeah. Well, but we lucked out because Danielle fucking poured that bitch all the way up. And the soup was honestly the best part of the meal.
Yeah, that bisque soup with the real good. With the bread. Oh yeah, it's good.
Mm-hmm. Super good.
You know,
so that was fun.
You know, it's also good there because I've been a few times. I've been one time. But they charge an excessive amount of money for alcohol. But what I will say, they fucking hook you up though. They really do. So
do they?
They got a heavy hand because they want it to be accurate, and everyone's getting drunk back then.
Yeah.
And nothing's more time accurate than drinking a rum and coke well being knighted, you know. Very time accurate.
So there was this family in front of us, sitting directly in front of us, that bought into everything that was sold to them. They probably spent like $300 on just knickknacks for their daughter.
Some people are like that, you know.
And not including the tickets. So I think the guy ordered like 6 drinks or something like that, 4 or 5 drinks, and one of them was in like one of those horns. And I'm like, man, that's cool. I would like that, but that probably cost him like $40. You know, that one drink.
Yeah, but if you're really into the culture, you know, you'll use that. Like we got a friend named Griffin who's like, you know, he's got the cod piece, he's got the horn. He'd probably spend that money because he's into it.
You think so? On like a real shitty like plastic horn.
Maybe
he'd probably spend the money on a real horn.
Maybe if he had like a daughter though, and he's like, oh, gotta get the horn for my daughter, you know.
That's true.
Who
That is
knows?
true.
Who knows?
So it was fun. Yesterday was really fun, and then I thought I had a cold because I was sneezing all over the place, but it's gone away. I woke up today and it was gone.
You did see
So,
me like right before I got the sickness, so
ooh,
although
yeah. So
I was wearing a mask though, so
that is true. We did go to the movies.
yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't know.
yeah.
I think I was. Yeah, it's weird. I think I was feeling it that day too. It like comes in the at night. They
Mm,
come at night, and
yeah.
like I just start sneezing. It's got to be something in the air because
I
my
mean, we have
sinuses get
had
all
some
clogged up, and it's just
we've had some weird weather changes around here.
yeah.
So,
I'm all for it. I like the cooler weather.
yeah. Anyway, let's talk about some video games,
Let's
shall
do
we?
it.
It's
Let's jump
time.
right into it.
Let's jump. Sup, beautiful bastards. We're gonna jump right into it. Uh, we're brought to you by Raycon. No, we're not. Anyway, titties. These are some these are some tidbits of news.
Full Sail.
Yeah, this is the titties brought to you by Full Sail University. The news brought to you by BetterHelp. Anyway, first tidbit of news here. Gears of War. There's a Gears of War movie coming and an animated series coming to Netflix. Both recently announced. No like real details or anything. And then also on top of this, right after this happened, Dave Bautista, our guy, Drax,
Mhm.
posted he did a promo for Gears of War years ago when Gears 5 or 4 came out, where he was
Yeah.
like dressed up as Dom or one of those dudes.
Right.
And he posted on Instagram, he's like, or Twitter or something, and he's like, "Hey, this is an easy win for you Gears guys. Hire me," basically saying like, I want to be in
Yeah.
it. That'd be cool. I'm into that.
So the first thing that I thought of when you said this news, I haven't heard about this, but the first thing you said I thought of when you said Gears of War movie is what they should do is just go to like WWE wrestlers and just offer them positions because that's everybody that is
Dude,
a
yeah.
Gears character. Like, duh.
That'd be
They're
great.
fucking actors and they're all meatheads and they're all like
They probably wouldn't charge you that
and
much.
they can-
Dave Bautista would be the most expensive one, and then you just hire a bunch of different ones.
yeah.
I bet you could convince. Oh yeah, it's not Vince McMahon anymore. It's
It would be like
Triple H. He'd probably co-produce with you.
yeah, it would be like that Expendables movie, but it's all
Wrestlers
Like
instead
you get
of-
like old school, like Hulk Hogan's in it, fucking Vince McMahon's in it. I guess I don't know. Fuck anybody who's like a wrestler is in it. Undertaker,
Yeah, you put
just
like
kind of throw
Roman Reigns and Big
just
Show.
retired guys. Ric Flair's like a guy who's he's actually dead,
Is he?
right? Ric Flair died, right?
I don't think Ric Flair's
Dude,
dead.
I don't know. But if Ric Flair's not dead, you have him be like, "Oh, what you're doing is wrong, guys. You got to do it this way."
Back in my day, Ric Flair
Yeah, exactly.
still alive.
How old is he?
Let's take a look. He was born in 1949, 73 years old.
Oh, okay. Well, good for him.
I know, man. For a guy that was juicing his whole life, actually, he never really had the body type that looked like he juiced. So maybe he didn't.
I mean, he was too old at the time that I started watching for his like true physique to be out there.
Yeah,
But-
that's true. I did start watching in like 06. So like
Yeah.
he was.
He was probably bulky before we got into it.
Yeah,
And
he
then
was never like
as he
Hulk.
got older, he kind of like shrank down.
He was never like Hulk status though.
No. But
Um,
yeah, that would be the way to do it. Is just get the Gears of War guys to approach WWE superstars and fucking make
Or like
even-
AEW. Yeah, that could work.
or any wrestler that has like showbiz experience because they're all good.
Yeah.
That's what they do. They're actors.
The Rock won't do it. He's too expensive. John Cena won't do it. He's too
Probably.
expensive.
Do you think John Cena wouldn't do it? I think he
He'd
would.
do it, but he's expensive.
He might be expensive.
He's up there with The Rock. He
would
probably
be
doesn't
so
charge as
good.
much as The
It'd be
Rock,
like-
but
Expendables, but for WWE superstars
yeah, I like it.
and video game
Like the
nerds.
idea.
That's a great crossover. If fucking hit me up, Gears of War guys,
Yeah.
hit me up.
I think it's totally possible that Dave Bautista ends up in the movie, though, just because Dave Bautista already has a relationship with Netflix because he was in that one Zack Snyder Army of the Dead movie or whatever the fuck.
Oh yeah.
and that's a Netflix movie. So he's got relationships there. Could happen. We'll see it. I don't really care though. Gears of War is a movie. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sounds like a dumb action movie. I I have a feeling we'll see the animated series and the movie will never happen. It'll be.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I think it'll be stuck in development hell for like years and years and years.
It's so simple, dude. It's so simple.
It's just like when they announced Invincible. Like they're like, we're doing Invincible, a live action series, and the animated show. Well, we saw the animated show. Where's that live action series? Never happened. I don't think it'll ever happen.
I don't think so either.
Could happen. I don't know. Anyway, Naughty Dog hires Fortnite veteran as its monetization designer for a new project. I thought this was interesting just because, we know Factions is coming. To me, this confirms like Factions is going to be a free-to-play game, and they're going to have a bunch of bullshit in it.
Factions?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping, you know what I'm hoping for? That it's not another, Naughty Dog multiplayer sort of game where they're just like, if you buy this thing, you win. Like they did it with Uncharted.
No, it won't be that way. It can't be if it's a free-to-play game like that. It can't be that way.
You never know, dude. But if it's free to play, is it going to be free to play? Did they already say that?
I don't think it's ever been officially announced. I think there's been rumors about it. And to me, seeing that they hired the Fortnite veteran as its monetization designer, that kind of confirms it for me. Like,
yeah, sure. But what it says to me with their Fortnite thing is they're going to have season passes or something, battle passes or whatever.
Yeah, they want this to be a live service game for sure. I'm cool with it. We'll see. Yeah, as long as it's not like too predatory, and I don't think Fortnite's like that
crazy predatory. No,
it is, but like in a fun way.
It is because it's aimed at children, but it's also not too bad for people who are smart about it. So
there are worse ways. Like it's not like a loot box system,
Yeah, exactly.
But we'll see. It would be funny though if like in a few years, Last of Us Factions has been out for a couple years. The games now it's just getting nutty because that always happens with these live service games. They start out like Siege, right? Siege was like super grounded. Like now it's like a dude flies around with a rocket launcher and a rocket pack, and he's like, yeah, So then like in a few years, Last of Us Factions, it's like you could play as Kratos. It's just like you go in with an axe and shit. I could see it. We'll see. Because that is the interesting thing with Factions, right? It'll release under the Naughty Dog brand. But after a certain point, Naughty Dog's going to like move on and do something else. But the game will continue to do its thing. And it'll turn into, like Neil Druckmann can't work on that forever. So anyway. This was kind of weird. Future DC video games at Warner Brothers will reportedly be part of a larger connected universe. I saw this. Apparently, David Zaslav, who is the Warner Brothers CEO, did some sort of investors call where he talked about how he wants the DCEU now under James Gunn and Peter Safran to be more connected. So then, the games, the shows, and the movies can be connected. I'm all about the movies and the shows being connected if they want to do that shit. That's fine. I don't think the games should be connected at all.
No.
To the movies.
No, absolutely not. That kind of ruins everything.
It's a bad idea.
Remember back in the day when we would have like movie games and the only good one was Spider-Man 2?
Yeah,
or 3 or whatever it was.
And X-Men Wolverine Origins, which was like better than the movie.
Better than the movie? Yeah, so like you can't do that shit. You can't do that shit.
It sounds like a decision made by a man who doesn't understand how video games are made.
Yeah, it just kind of puts the creative juices in a box, and doesn't let them, go out and do something different and unique. So yeah. I'm with you.
Yeah, it's because on top of that, you know, it's creatively bankrupts the game because you have to like stay within these strangleholds. One of the reason, you know, the Arkham games is so good is because it's like the first Batman game where it didn't have to like be connected to the comics or the movies or anything. Also,
Right.
it enables crunch, you know, because you want those games to come
Hmm.
out at a certain time
Yeah.
within
Hmm.
these, and games take way longer to make than movies. So yeah, it's just yeah, it's not
I
a good idea.
agree.
Not
I
a good
agree.
idea, and I feel like they will find in time. And maybe what he was saying is like we want a video game universe, not like the universe to be tied in with the, you know, like we want a DC universe that makes sense. I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know, man. Just let games be games.
Yeah,
Let people
I agree.
create whatever story they want. If they want to tie
Totally.
it into something that was there already, go for it. If they don't, why stop them, you know?
Yeah, and games are so prone to being canceled anyway. Like it's just such a
Mm-hmm.
bad idea.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's DC, so it could be just full of bad ideas.
Oh, this is a weird piece of news here, Nick.
Isn't it? Isn't it?
And everything is video games here, so it fits in. Andor's
Yeah.
first and second episode. I can't see it because your thing is there.
Oh, sorry.
There we go. Ando's first and second episodes will stream on ABC, FX, Freeform, and Hulu around Thanksgiving. Huh.
Isn't that crazy? I read that right
That's
before the show started.
those are all Disney owned things, so
Are they?
yeah.
It's just strange to me that they would just.
I wonder what that's all about.
I don't know. Maybe it's to get more people to pay for Disney Plus because it's only the first two episodes, right? And Andor's such a people are loving this show. I love this show.
Well,
And the
yeah, go ahead.
first two episodes, you can't really. It gives you a taste of something really good in the first two episodes, but you really need that third episode to kind of fill out that chapter, I guess.
Yeah, totally.
So maybe it's them just trying to get them hooked.
As someone
on
who's
that.
only watched the first 3 episodes, I agree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I wonder if it also, because like you said, it is a critical darling. People love it. People are saying it's like the best Star Wars thing in a while.
It's really good. It is really good.
But apparently the numbers haven't been very good for it.
Right.
So maybe they're just like, can we please get some fucking eyes on this goddamn show? I think they're thinking like, if we could get eyes on this show, people will watch it. Because I think
Right.
everyone already has Disney Plus. So I don't think that's the thing. I think
You
that
think it's just
their thought process is like everyone's going to grandma's house for Thanksgiving. Like, grandma has ABC.
Right, yeah.
You know, she has cable. And maybe she'll have it on in the background and it'll grab some people. I don't know. Maybe that's the thought process.
Maybe. That's an interesting. They're just trying to expand. They're like, we spent a lot of money on this. We
Yeah.
don't want this to die.
And
So-
they probably are like, we believe in the show and we want to
Right.
make another season, but we can't justify it if we don't get the viewership. So maybe that's the thing.
Maybe. So please go watch this show because it's really good.
Yeah, and maybe it's maybe they're trying out a new tactic too, where they're like, we could put our Disney Plus shows on ABC and FX and stuff. I don't know. That's not
Maybe.
It's not a bad idea either. Get your,
It's not.
you know,
Yeah.
it's kind of what we do here, right? We're on Twitch and YouTube, and it's kind of better
Yeah.
to be everywhere rather than one place.
Yeah, especially for those shows that like may not grab people, such as Andor, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, it's not as flashy as the Marvel shows or
Well, yeah, and Star
Yeah.
Wars has been kind of not
Yeah,
in the best of light
people-
lately.
yeah, people don't really care anymore about Star Wars, which is weird that people care less about Star Wars than Marvel, although Marvel is like overly saturated and it's all the same,
They don't miss.
you know.
They don't miss.
They do miss.
Well,
They do miss. They missed the last couple of them.
I don't know.
Eh,
Yeah.
yeah. So
They've been more
I just-
consistent than Star Wars, I guess.
because there's more of it.
I don't know.
It's easy to forget about the shitty ones when another good one comes out.
There's a
And you're
lot
like,
of good
oh yeah,
ones
that
though.
was good.
Even the ones I don't like of the Marvel ones, I'm like, it's fine. You know?
Yeah,
But like
yeah,
Star Wars, it makes me seethe with how bad some of those are.
yeah.
But I don't know.
I don't know.
That's a weird piece of news.
Yeah, I thought so.
And there was a Nintendo Indie Showcase. We're not going to spend a lot of time on it. Talk about it real quick.
Oh man, I didn't actually see it. Did you watch this?
I watched it right before.
Okay.
Yeah. And I gotta say, it was pretty cool. And like, if you're into the indie sort of thing, definitely check it out.
Because I'm looking at all of this. You've got a link that you shared,
Uh-huh.
and I'm looking at like the style of all these games. They all look so different
Mm-hmm.
and like intriguing. They're very intriguing to me. Like there's
They
one
all look
that's
cool. Yeah.
yeah. What was the one that I thought looked really different? Like Pepper Grinder looks really cool. It's like
Yeah.
a side scroller sort of, drilling game like Dig Dug, but it's very unique looking.
But almost kind of like Celeste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so strange. And then there's a cute little one called Oni Road to be the Mightiest Oni. That looks really pretty. Um and then there was another one that caught my eye.
I think Blanc looks really cool. Definitely like an artsy fartsy kind of game, but that game looks really fucking rad.
Blanc, yeah, we saw Blanc earlier
Yeah,
too.
we have.
Yeah, that one looks really good. And the sports story looks fantastic, dude.
That's the big that's probably like the biggest announcement from this for sure.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
I called it too, didn't I? Remember last
did.
week? I fucking called that shit, dude. I was like, the guys who make Golf Story, like, they've been working on a game for a while, and there it is.
It looks really good.
Yeah, I'm all about it.
It seemed like a pretty good showcase.
Yeah, it was. It was really cool.
Yeah. I don't know. Rogue Legacy 2 is on here. I guess it's coming to Switch.
Have a Nice Death also looks really cool. Kind of Hollow Knight-esque. But you're like a Grim Reaper thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that game looks really cool. Yeah, it was a good little showcase. Definitely worth checking out.
And there's not a whole lot of farming games.
Yeah, you know what really pissed me off online though was just like everyone being like, "Oh, it's so lame." It's like, I don't know what the fuck you guys were expecting. You know, like, what do you guys want? Like, they don't
understand what indie is.
Right? They want Hollow Knight, and it's like, okay, they didn't have it. It's not ready. They can't show it yet. Like, what do you want? But I was all about it. I loved it. It was about exactly what it's exactly what I wanted, actually, like, from an indie showcase.
Yeah, it's very unique. I'm just going through all these videos right now.
Yeah.
The style on this is really good. Like, everything in this showcase looked different and unique. So, there is a farming game, Aka.
Yeah.
Oh well. We almost escaped it.
That game looks cute though. You're like a little fox man.
It's a red panda.
It is. It is a little red panda. Red pandas are really in right now.
Yeah, they are. Of course they are.
Dropping frames like a motherfucker over here. I don't know why. Is it every time I play a video? Yeah, every time I play a video, our frames drop. I won't do that anymore.
Right.
I didn't realize that was happening. We're good. Anything else to add to that?
Nope. I'm gonna have to watch that showcase because
yeah. I mean, it's that intriguing. Is definitely where the Switch thrives, especially now, is in that indie space, just because their hardware is so limited. So, Game Awards, Nick. We're not going to go every category, but
please no.
We can look at some of the bigger ones here.
Yes.
We'll start with Game of the Year. Okay.
Yep. Start with the big one.
Game of the Year. This didn't even strike my mind, but it makes so much sense that it's here. A Plague Tale Requiem,
Mm-hmm.
Elden Ring. Oh, and these are
Yep.
the nominees, by the way. I should
Yeah.
mention. Plague Tale Requiem, Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Stray, you called it.
I called it.
Xenoblade Chronicles 3, I called it. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, that makes sense. I'm surprised Kirby's not here, but
But Kirby is on another thing.
yeah.
It did get nominated for something.
I think it's a best
Family
family
game or
game.
something. Yeah.
What would you vote for out of these?
Elden Ring.
Yeah, I think I would too, even though I'm more of a God of War fan, but
Yeah. I just think Elden
I
Ring
just think it deserves
did
it.
It did it right,
Yeah.
right at the beginning. Like right at the beginning of the year. It's just like Elden Ring. And everybody went, oh shit. And it was like this community thing.
Yeah.
God of War Ragnarok, I haven't heard anything from it about it. Anybody talking about it. Other than like, yeah, it's good God, the God of War, you know, and
It's
like,
definitely
okay.
a different kind of game, you know, because like Elden Ring is more like, hey, I found this thing. You should look over here. Here's how you should build your stats. Where God of War is more of like an experience you experience alone, you know, like it,
Right.
you know,
Right.
it's a different type of, it's more of a narrative thing.
No, see, as for that, I don't believe that a game like that should get Game of the Year if it's against a game like Elden Ring, which is that, where it's kind of like everybody has a different experience. It is in itself an experience for everybody, you know. Whereas God of War Ragnarok's just like, here's a story we want to tell. It's a narrative based thing.
But like
And
God of War also has really good gameplay and stuff.
yeah,
I think it's all up to, you know, personal opinion at that point. But I get what you're saying. I think the thing that hurts God of War from winning and why I don't think it will win, although it could win just because of recency bias.
yeah.
I think that the only reason it's not going to win is just because it's a sequel and like we've seen it before.
Didn't it win last time too?
It did. So like I think they made some pretty massive changes to Ragnarok, and I don't even want to say because it's kind of a spoiler to say like what the changes are to the game. So it is pretty massively different from the first game, but like still it is kind of just the first game again. So yeah, I think if God of War 2018 didn't exist, we'd have more of a conversation in my eyes.
Yeah.
Best game direction though. Same games.
See, that's a tough one. I have no way to vote for this because, you know, I don't have God of War Ragnarok. I didn't play Horizon Forbidden West. So, and I don't even know what immortality is.
I don't either, but it is nominated for a lot of things.
It sure is.
I think I
I
might
really
need to
want
fucking
to
check
know
this
what
game
it
out.
is. Yeah, it's not on like Open Critic anywhere. Usually we have that Open Critic segment, and I have not seen it up there. I don't remember it seeing it up there.
Maybe it was earlier this year. I don't know.
I don't know. It is weird.
Currently, I think you'd probably have to give it to God of War Ragnarok just because like the performances and stuff are really good. Creative, but it is for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. So it could be Elden Ring again.
Elden Ring, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But so like maybe I wouldn't be surprised if like Elden Ring pulls this one and God of War pulls the. But you know, it's the people voting, so we'll see what they say.
Yeah.
Best narrative. Though that's gotta be
God of War.
That's gotta be God of War.
Could be a Plague Tale, but I haven't heard anybody saying anything about Plague Tale or Immortality. So
yeah. The only thing that like I think probably Plague Tale, Horizon maybe, but like God of War, I think more people played it. It's best art direction, same games. Same games. It's just like it's gonna become between these two games. I think every single time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The fact that Scorn is nominated is hilarious. That game got like a 68 on Open Critic.
Mm-hmm. But you know, it is different. It's all fucking gross and everything. It's
best score is easy. Elden Ring. That score is fucking incredible.
Really? Okay. Okay. I
You
haven't.
don't think so? Oh my god.
No, I haven't played.
I mean,
Xenoblade Chronicles, Metal Hellsinger.
well, Metal Hellsinger, that's that game where it's like a
Mm-hmm.
so
It's
like that.
part. The music is part of the game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that does have a chance, but I just think Elden Ring just like has such a great fucking. It's
it
so
does.
epic, dude. When you're, oh my
Yeah,
god. I mean,
yeah.
God of War
All the
also has a great soundtrack, but
it's good to hear. Good to hear.
uh, we'll go through these really quick. Best sound design. I just want to point this out. I think Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 has horrible sound design.
It's
I'm
pretty
just throwing
bad.
that out there. The fact that it's not
It
nominated
is.
is fucking hilarious. It's horrible.
It's. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not very good. It's not very good at all.
I think Horizon Forbidden West has a chance here, though. But it's gonna go to Gran Turismo. Let's be honest. Best performance. This one's tough, just because it's gonna be between. It's gonna be between Christopher Judge and Sonny Suljic, which are both from God of War,
Mm-hmm.
and it's gonna
And
go
Christopher Judge. Christopher Judge won it the last time too.
He'll win it
God of
again
War.
too, just because everyone
I'm
loves
sure.
him.
Boy.
Yeah. Although I love Ashley Birch, and I think she's great as Aloy, and especially spoilers for Horizon. There's multiple Aloys, and she does all the voices, and she's great. So, and she switches it up for each one. If you remember the first, you never played it.
No.
There's clones. It's clones. Clones. Big deal in the game.
It's all clones.
What else? Best indie. That's a good one. Cult of the Lamb, Neon White, Sifu, Stray, and Tunic. That is a stacked fucking.
Yeah.
That's stacked. All those games I think are really low.
If
I've
you
only
were
played one
going
of them.
if you're going to judge this on Open Critics, Neon White would win. People
really?
fucking love that game. Yeah, people love that game. So my money's on Neon White, but I could see Stray winning just because of the hype behind it for some reason. Because you're a cat.
Unfortunately, just because of time constraints, I've only played Stray.
Yeah.
I'd love to play all of these games though. I think it's gonna come. I'm gonna say something weird here. I think it's gonna come between Stray and Cult of the Lamb, because I think Cult of the Lamb had a pretty big impact this year.
It did on the Twitch community and stuff like that.
Because you got to remember, it's not like game critics voting for this. It's the people, you know.
Right.
And I feel like a lot of people were talking about Cult of the Lamb when that came out, but a lot of people were talking about Stray too. So I think it's between those two. I just want to throw this one in there just because this one's for me and you. Best mobile game, Marvel Snap. Easy.
Marvel Snap, dude.
Easy.
Marvel Snap, 100%.
Fucking
100%.
Easy, dude.
Every other game can suck a big old butt.
Best action game.
That one's tough.
Yeah.
One's tough. I won't even say it because I don't know.
Bayonetta 3, Call of Duty, Neon White, Sifu, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I think it goes to Bayonetta 3, personally. I mean, I haven't played most of those games. So
Any of the other ones, yeah. So that's what makes this so hard because like people are voting on games that they've played and haven't played any of the other ones.
Well, that's the hard thing about game awards that are voted by the people. Makes more sense with movies because it's more likely you've seen all the movies if you're a big movie fan. Yeah. But even if you're like the biggest gaming fan like us, there's just not enough time in the day to play all these things. Unless it's like a full-time job.
If they had the nominations like before, like months before the actual Game Awards, then
totally
I could have some time to like go through them.
They can't do that because of Honestly, they could do like what
they could do that.
They could do what like the Oscars do and have the Game Awards in like March.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you do this year, and then in December, they go, these are the games that we have nominated. And in March, we're going to have the Game Awards.
Yeah.
You know,
they could do that. But the reason they don't do that is because Jeff Keighley knows that's a good spot to get some fucking announcements. And that's what it's more about.
Yeah.
And we'll talk
that's what the Game Awards is all about, though.
Yeah, we could talk about that in 2 weeks. We'll make some predictions. But
okay, yeah.
Anything else? Best role-playing game, that's kind of a stacked one too. I think it's got to be Elden Ring, but
Elden Ring, yeah.
Live Alive, I think deserves a shout out. Pokemon Legends Arceus also deserves a shout out. Triangle Strategy, I love that game. It's no chance it's gonna win though. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 as well. That is a stacked category for real.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What else? Best Family, that's always kind of like a big one, which is Kirby, which was huge. I think it's got a good shot of winning. Lego Star Wars, which is like the best selling game of the year, so that's got a really good shot of winning. Mario Rabbids, I don't think it stands a chance. Nintendo Switch Sports, also don't think it stands a chance. But Splatoon 3, maybe. It's a stacked one. Nintendo's holding it down on this one.
Yeah, that is true. Nintendo's always good with that, though.
It's all Nintendo except for Lego.
Yeah.
No matter what, Nintendo wins. Are there any other ones that you want to look at here?
Best debut indie: Neon White, Norco, Stray, Tunic, and Vampire Survivors.
Oh,
I thought that was kind of interesting, right?
Dude, it's gotta. Let's give it to Vampire Survivors.
That's an interesting one. That is a very interesting. I want to give like everything to Tunic though, because that is made by a singular guy.
Yeah, I need to play that game, dude. I need to play it.
So I feel for the guy who made Tunic, because that is so impressive. Oh, and this one's a new category. Best adaptation, recognizing outstanding creative work that faithfully and authentically adapts a video game to another entertainment medium. And this list is pretty good too. You got Arcane, League of Legends, Cyberpunk Edge Runners, The Cuphead Show, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and Uncharted.
That's a cool category, actually.
It is. I like this category, especially recently. I'm gonna have to say Arcane League of Legends.
Oh yeah, easy.
That was just such a good show. It got me hooked on like more so the lore of League of Legends than anything else I've ever seen.
Dude, the art style in that show is unbelievable.
Art style was fantastic. The characters were good. Honorable mention to Cyberpunk Edge Runners, though. That show was fantastic.
I still need to check it out. Sonic 2 all the way, Mischievous Vixen says.
I haven't seen it. I have not seen it.
You are a Sonic fan. Did you get Frontiers? Here's the most pointless category, most anticipated game. Final Fantasy 16, Hogwarts Legacy, Resident Evil 4, Starfield, and The Legend of Zelda: Tears for the Kingdom. And that's going to win. We all know it's going to win. Although Hogwarts stands a chance, we all know it's Zelda.
Fuck you. I'm voting for Hogwarts because I could care less about the new Zelda. Actually, I'm intrigued about the new Zelda.
I don't give a shit about Hogwarts, dude.
You can shit off.
Shit off. I'm excited for Final Fantasy 16, actually.
Yeah, that looks kind of cool.
Although there was some controversy about like too many white people or whatever, but whatever.
Who the fuck cares? They're all white in Final Fantasy, dude.
I know. Well,
it's just the world they live in. It's like going to Japan. There's no black people in Japan. The chances of you running into a black guy, slim.
Although this takes place in Europe, I think, but I don't know. Whatever.
I don't know.
Whatever.
What did you say? Directors.
But for
game
real,
directors.
Cyberpunk Adriana's. Surprised to hear that Nick would play Arcane over that.
What?
But for real, Cyberpunk. Mischievous Vixen said this. I'm surprised to hear that Nick would play Arcane over that.
No, not play. Sorry. I just think it's better.
Oh, yeah.
Better.
Don't fucking die while you're driving, please, for the love of God.
Oh my God, why? Why are you doing this?
I appreciate you listening while you're driving, though. I feel like YouTube mobile works better, by the way. I'm just throwing that out there. Okay, last piece of news here. It's kind of a long one, but it's kind of interesting. Doom Eternal composer claims soundtrack was a nightmare. This comes from Isaiah Colbert, I think it's Colbert though, over at Kotaku. Let me fix my shit here. Okay, in a lengthy 14,000 word Medium post, Doom Eternal composer Mick Gordon accused id Software's executive producer Marty Stratton of lying about the official soundtrack's shoddy release and throwing him under the bus as the cause for its poorly mixed tracks. According to Gordon, working on the soundtrack to Doom Eternal was a nightmare from start to finish, both when working on the game itself, including for an 11-month stretch without pay, and later when he claims id Software surprise announced that and later when he claims id Software surprise announced that an OST album would be included with the game's collector's edition without previously informing Gordon of any plans for such a project. In his new post, Gordon said he had to crunch for 18 to 20-hour days to meet id's deadlines for the OST. Gordon claims that he didn't get to hear the final soundtrack until its release and said the results of the OST's careless editing and its obvious technical faults, mistakes, and errors left him stunned. Quote, alongside my direct contributions were an additional 47 tracks made by poorly editing together bits and pieces taken from my in-game score. They exhibited the same thoughtless disregard for basic music fundamentals that plagued the preliminary edits id Software showed me a week earlier. In addition, Gordon claims that he never approved the soundtrack's release, wasn't paid until he was 8 months through its production, wasn't informed that he'd be working on the soundtrack until Doom Eternal's collector's edition was advertised to the public. Stratton offered him a 6-figure sum to stay quiet about the matter. Doom Eternal's 59-track OST was marred by controversy back in 2020 when word got out that Gordon only mixed 11 or so out of the 59 tracks for the game's collector's edition. Fans noted that the game's tracks sounded flat in comparison to the quality of the work found on Gordon's previous works. This led to harassment campaigns against its lead audio designer, Chad Mossholder, the person credited on the tracks fans had complaints with. Coming to the defense of Mossholder, id producer Stratton made a lengthy Reddit post in May that year claiming that a failure on Gordon's part to submit his music on time led to the OST's multiple delays, leaving Mossholder to pick up the pieces with the OST's 46 other tracks. Stratton concluded his post by saying that the company won't be working with Gordon for Doom Eternal's DLC and wished him luck on his future endeavors.
Damn, son.
So, a lot to unpack there.
Yeah, so that's shitty. Any way you look at it, that's shitty. And that kind of explains why Doom Eternal soundtrack was like a whole shit show. I remember hearing about this back in the day. Yeah. It was like, what the fuck is going on? They can't get their shit together? This is supposed to be like a heavy music, like, oriented game. You know?
Yeah.
And they just couldn't fucking pull it together, I guess.
Yeah, there's I'm gonna take an interesting approach here. All right, I'm gonna take a Helena Teller approach here.
Okay.
I mean, Mick Gordon is obviously like.
I don't know if you're gonna be right on this.
Hold on, just hear me out here, okay? Mick Gordon is a well-established composer in the industry, and people seem to like him. I've heard some weird things about him, though. Nothing substantiated, so I don't know. But I'm just saying, okay? I'm just throwing this out here. 11 months to make a soundtrack, my guy.
Yeah.
It's a long time, man.
Yeah.
So it does kind of sound like maybe he was struggling to figure out what he wanted to do with the soundtrack, and then the producer was like, we need this fucking soundtrack, dude. And then and then there was just like a whole bunch of butting heads, and then it probably was a rush job at the end because they're like, hey, we need to just throw this shit on an OST because we promised this shit. And maybe he didn't know that the OST was being sold as a deluxe edition, but maybe that's none of his business, because it's not his business. He's kind of a hired gun here, so
right. Yeah,
I think there's something to that. I don't know.
I've swayed. You've swayed me off the shoulders of this of the Taylor, whatever her name is. What was
Helena
it?
Taylor. Yeah.
Helena Taylor. This dude's just trying to get some PR as well, good or bad. And he's like, you know what? I have something to say too. Fuck this man. I'm with you.
Let's
Fuck
start a
this
poll in the
Gordon
chat.
man.
Is Mick Gordon a bitch?
Mick Gordon's a bitch, and he's just trying to get as much fucking sympathy Twitter posts as he can, just like Helena Taylor. And
I will say though, I didn't read the whole Medium post. I may need to read the whole thing to get the full.
nope, no, this guy's a fucking piece of shit. This guy's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
They asked him to do a job. He couldn't do it in the timely manner. So then when the guys came by to go, hey, how's that soundtrack going? He's like, ah!
But then also saying like, I wasn't paid, but they offered me 6 figures. It's like, I don't know. So like, you're paid to me?
6 figures to stay quiet.
Still, that's payment.
Yeah.
That's probably more than he would have made just doing the soundtrack.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
I mean, if he was paid 6 figures to stay quiet, why the fuck wouldn't you stay quiet?
I would stay quiet. Fuck it, dude.
Yeah. Just like, all right.
And I just wouldn't do the next thing
good.
if it was too much stress for me.
Yeah, that's good enough for me, man. You just paid me 6 figures to give you some shitty product. And that's a year of my life I don't have to worry about.
Yeah.
This guy's a shithead.
He fucked up.
Mick Gordon,
he fucked up.
He's a shithead.
Wow, I really did sway you, huh?
Yeah, he did. I will always take the people are shitheads. Whoever's yelling the loudest is the shithead, you know?
Sometimes.
A lot of the times it's for bad.
Sometimes.
Like when that Me Too thing was going on.
Oh no.
Like,
Hold on.
Like, don't get me wrong, some of that Me Too stuff was real, but I feel like once it got going, then there was some people that are like, are you serious right now? Like, I feel like you're just on the coattails on the bandwagon.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, yeah.
So,
Bill Cosby, he didn't do anything. He's fine.
He didn't, yeah, he's fine. They acquitted him.
He's not in jail. He's fine.
He's not, yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah. No, I don't know. It sounds interesting. It sounds like the other guys, obviously it is like, we're not going to say anything. Like,
right.
we got nothing else to say. We're working on the next one. Mick Gordon's not involved. It sucks.
Yeah.
The soundtrack to the first game is fucking bop and a half. But, we'll just we'll get the guys who did Metal Hellsinger or whatever to do it.
I'm sure they would love to do that.
Mischievous Vixen says, "Stop talking, Nick." It's all jokes. It's all for jokes.
It's all jokes.
There's
nobody watching anyway. It's just you.
We know how he feels. Yeah, and if people are watching now, if they get mad, that's engagement.
That's just like Mick Gordon.
Yeah.
I'm doing exactly what Mick Gordon's doing.
Engagement. Yeah, I think that is why right-wing channels do so well, because they get people to like comment on their shit, and then it boosts the algorithm.
And advertisers are like, yeah, fuck it.
That's it, dude. We're changing the stance of this show. I'm sick of the woke moralist agenda.
This is gonna change to a Confederate flag.
Hell yeah, brother.
And then a Nazi flag underneath it.
Oh, God. Okay. Well, that might actually get us banned, but
I just got to find those 2 flags and not die.
Anyway, moving on. Nick, what you been playing, dog?
Oh, man, I've been stuck, my guy. There are 2 games that have my heart right now, and that is Call of Duty multiplayer and Marvel Snap, baby. Marvel Snap.
All day, every day.
All day, every day.
Mm-hmm.
All day, every day, man. But it's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same as last week. Nothing new.
How you liking this new season of Marvel Snap?
It's fine. It's not very different.
I wish they unlocked shit faster.
Faster? I wish they unlocked like different shit.
Or not like unlock things. I mean, like gave me new missions and stuff faster.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Give me like every 5 hours or something, like something to do.
Yeah. Yeah, because once you get all your once you get all your dailies done, it's kind of like, well, now what?
Yeah, exactly. And then like they only unlock a certain amount of the season pass, maybe just give me like the whole fucking season pass at the beginning. Just let me fucking crush through that bitch.
Oh yeah, yeah, I know what you're talking
Because it
about.
unlocks over time. But I get why they
Yeah,
do that, because they don't want you to do that, because they want you to keep coming
right,
back. But
right. Mm.
I don't know. Because I do feel like oftentimes it's like, well, I'm not even gonna touch it because there's nothing to do. You know.
Yeah, that is true. It would be nice to have the whole season pass right away. 'Cause that way you slam through it,
Yeah.
put it down for a while until the next season comes out, and you slam through it again.
Add weeklies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, on top of the dailies. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
one day,
I agree. I mean, it'll evolve over time.
indeed.
Indeed.
I've been playing some stuff, Nick.
Oh well, I don't care. Let's keep the show rolling.
All right, recent reviews.
I'm just fucking with you.
I played I played Flight Sim last night, which was fun, and I got
Nice.
to take like the Top Gun experiment jet or whatever.
Mhm.
Took it into fucking orbit. You saw. I was streaming
I
on
saw,
Discord.
yeah.
That
You
was
fucking
fun.
went into space. I can't believe they let you go that high.
That was fun as fuck. Apparently, I had all the data settings on because I got an alert today that I used 75% of my fucking data this month.
Holy fuck!
It restarts tomorrow though,
Oh,
so
okay.
we're good. But I was
Wow.
like, that has to be Flight Sim because I never get that close to fucking my
Wow.
data caps. That game rules though, and so it's so crazy when you're flying up above everything and you're just like, damn, the illusion really is like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Call of Duty, I hate that game. I suck at it. It crashes too much, too many fucking bugs. I don't know. It pisses me off, but it's fun.
It's an indie game. Come on, man.
Yeah, little indie game.
Cut 'em some slack.
Speaking of little indie games, I've been playing God of War. I have been playing
Nice.
God of War. I got the game, and I'm about 10 hours in, maybe a little less than 10 hours, but about 10 hours, 9 hours. I really like it so far.
So
It's
far, better, worse, different than the first one?
I think it's better so far than the first one.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
They add some gameplay changes that are really compelling and really interesting. I think the world is like better to traverse. One thing I really fucking hate about the game though is the menus. The menus are terrible. Like really bad UI. Just really, really bad. Navigating the maps and your upgrades, and it's just like it looks bad. And you know, so many games are like, we need to make our shit flashy and like look a certain way, and it just muddles it and makes it confusing. Just give me a fucking normal thing here. I'm not a fan of the UI, but that's my biggest complaint of the game. But besides that, I really fucking love it. The story's great. The gameplay is really fun. It's been kind of hard to get used to it after Bayonetta because it's they're similar in a way. You know, they both come from the same roots. They're both, you know.
I mean, they're essentially the same game. They're just different.
Well,
you know,
maybe the older God of Wars, I could say that more definitively.
Right. Yeah. How are the enemies? The enemy variety, because that was one of the problems I had in the first one. Was like I felt like I was always fighting Druger.
Yeah, way better enemy variety.
Really,
it's way better. The one thing that pisses me off though are these like little tiny things that come out, and they're just so hard to hit, and they're annoying, and I just don't know why they're in the game. They're just there to bug you.
piss you specifically off.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I think the enemies are really cool. The cinematics are fucking great. The story is very engaging. The puzzles are hard sometimes, which is cool because most Sony games, it's like put the triangle block in the triangle hole, you know?
Right. Mm-hmm.
This game makes you think a little bit sometimes with these puzzles. Sometimes it's really dumb and it doesn't explain things very well, and it pisses you off. And you're screaming at your chat, hey, what the fuck am I supposed to do? And the chat's like, you're fucking dumb. You do this. And I'm like, oh, okay. Because that's happened a couple times. But I think,
well, at least
I think
you
that's
have
a good
chat
thing.
to lean on.
Yeah, I would just look it up though. But I think that's a good thing though. It's making me think instead of just, like the Last of Us thing where it's just move this block over here to this block and it's more just filler than anything.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's really great.
Cool.
And they add some gameplay elements. Like I said earlier, I can't even say what they are without spoiling the game. But like those gameplay elements are really cool and is what really differentiates it from 2018 and like takes it to a whole other level.
Nice.
And I'm excited to get to the end of it because I'm so curious like what is gonna happen. So yeah, God of War. That's it.
Cool. I look forward to your report on next week.
Yeah, we'll see. Because Pokemon comes out this week.
It sure does.
We'll fucking
sure
see.
Does. Which one are you getting?
Oh, I'm getting the penis one.
The penis one? That's a good one. That's the one I'm getting too.
Yeah, you got to get the penis one.
You have a starter picked out yet?
Oh yeah, the duck.
The duck? Okay, good. Because I'm going the crocodile thing.
Yeah.
The apple lizard, whatever.
Yeah, I got to get Trump Duck just because I saw the evolutions recently, and I like how
Trump Duck turns into a gay icon.
He is a gay icon, and I love him. I love my gay son.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I get that.
Also, I always start with fire Pokemon. I want to start with water one for once.
I usually start with the water ones.
Really?
Yeah.
I've always been.
I like Blastoise. I like Mudkip. I like Greninja.
You're a Greninja man. See,
I love Greninja is one of my favorite one of my favorite Pokemon. He's so cool.
I was always a Torchic guy. Blaziken.
Blaziken's all right. I'd see the third generation. I didn't really like a whole lot. Like Mudkip.
That's my favorite one.
Mudkip was cool, but Trico kind of sucked. And Blaziken I thought was kind of dumb. He was just a fucking fire chicken.
Third gen I think is my favorite Pokemon gen.
No.
I love that one.
No, second gen was the best.
Well, first gen is the best. I mean, like, let's be honest here.
I don't know, man.
Certainly the most iconic. We're all still
first
talking
gen
about
is really good. First gen is really good.
We're all talking about Charizard still. No one's talking about fucking Crocodile, man,
Totodile? Come on.
No one's talking about Totodile, dude.
Come on, dude. For alligator, Totodile.
Yeah, I'm excited to play it though. I'm excited. I'm fucking stoked, dude.
Yeah, me too. We're gonna be at Friendsgiving, fucking battling it out.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, we got one day to train our Pokemon.
One day to do nothing or go completely opposite ways and have no reason to do anything together. But
I do plan on doing the midnight release, which what sucks since fucking daylight savings happened. Okay, it used to be. Okay. Mm-hmm. It goes off of East Coast. So in Arizona, it was 9 p.m. we could get the games. Right. Mm-hmm. Now with daylight savings, it's 10 p.m. we get the games. That pisses me off. All right. I want it at 9.
It's like we're in daylight savings without being in daylight
I know. Savings. We get abused all the time, although they're getting rid of it. So that's cool.
Yeah, well, next time, I believe, is the last time it changes.
Yeah, I think this time, right?
So I think it's next time. So I think so.
It'll change back, and then it'll never change again.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's how it is. So we'll always be 9 p.m. from now on.
That's good. That's the way it should be.
So we
can just start saying Pacific time too, right?
That's exactly right.
That's great. Because I hate saying Arizona time. It's stupid. No one understands that.
I know it is stupid. Yeah, Arizona time. It's like, what
the fuck is
assholes? We're the only ones that don't change. All you rest of you are idiots.
The fuck is Arizona time? Because half the time we're Mountain time, and half the time we're Pacific time.
We should call Arizona time Earth time.
Yeah,
we're the true time.
Yeah, we're the real time.
We're the real time. Our time never changes. Everybody else's changes. We're the true time.
Anyway, here's some recent reviews via OpenCritic. Pentiment, which is that the game by those dudes.
Yeah.
I always forget. Obsidian, that's them, right? Yeah. Got an 87 from 70 critic reviews. I don't know if you saw IGN's review though. IGN gave it a 10 out of 10.
A perfect score. I did see that.
That's pretty wild.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm Curious. It's too many
I'm
games to
very
play
curious.
though.
It looked really good when they announced it, like completely different. And it's like a choose your own adventure, like storybook sort of game. And I'm kind of into it.
It's funny. I saw it. I'm like, this looks dumb, and then it said Obsidian. I'm like, oh, this must be good. Like if it looks this dumb, like it must be good.
Yeah.
They're doing something here. Tactics Ogre Reborn. I don't know what the fuck that is. It got an 85 though from 43 critic reviews. That's pretty good.
Doing all right.
That's pretty good.
It's doing all right.
Next week of games. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna put this out for audience discussion, Nick. I'm gonna let you think about it for next week, all right? Because I've got this idea. Okay.
I'm gonna forget about it.
That's fine, but I'm just giving you a week to think about it, and we're gonna do it next week. Okay. Here's the idea. I see all these things on TikTok, the tiki-takis, right? Where people like, we're doing a draft where you draft 5 things and it's like a random thing. It's like draft 5 cereals. Who's got the better draft? Okay. Here's my idea for our draft, and we're gonna do this next week. Okay.
Okay.
Video game personalities. So not like video game characters, but like a Reggie Fils-Aimé or like those kind of people. How you feel about this?
And we're drafting these people?
Yeah, and who's got the better draft,
Oh, I don't understand.
Just like you draft cereals.
You draft cereals and go, okay, yeah, you have the better cereal.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Like who decides the winner? How are the points made? Oh, the audience. Okay.
Yeah, it's just for fun.
Okay. That's fine with me.
It's pretty obtuse, it doesn't matter.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah. So I'm giving you a week to think of like who your top picks are. I've got some people already selected in my brain.
I've got a couple.
It's David Cage. It's Yves Guillemot.
Classic. Oh.
Anyway, next week in games. I'll probably forget next week too. Let's be honest.
No, yeah, for sure.
Floodland comes to PC November 15th. No idea what the fuck that is. Pentiment comes to Xbox and PC on November 15th. Smurfs Kart, we've all been looking forward to this.
Smurfs Kart,
woo! Yeah, comes out November 15th. Somerville comes to Xbox and PC on November 15th. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge comes to PlayStation finally on November 15th. Wise 8?
Oh, I love that. Wise 8. Yeah. Lacrimosa of Donna.
Donna? I don't know. Comes to PS5 on November 15th. Great.
I believe it's Ease.
Is it Ease? It's just a Y and an S. Wise. I don't fucking know what that is.
Oh, it's so good. Wise 8.
Wise 8? I don't know.
Oh, it's too good. It's too good.
Call of Duty Warzone 2.0 comes to everything except for Switch on November 16th. Get excited for that too. Dude,
I'm excited for it.
Oh my god.
The season pass also comes out along with that. So hopefully they'll deal with like some of the bugs and the crashing and the
Yeah, that's true.
Menu stuff. We don't have weekly challenges or like even calling cards at this point. It seems like it's an open beta or I guess a closed beta at this point. It's just like we're still rolling shit out.
The people who had to pay $70.
Yeah, it's a closed beta for $70 premium payers.
Now that it's free though for everyone, it's all the kinks are worked
all figured out. Yeah.
Goat Simulator comes to only next gen consoles on November 17th. That's high end gaming right there. Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales comes to PC on November 18th. PID comes to Switch on November 18th. Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet come to the Switch on November 18th. Resident Evil 3 comes to the Switch on November 18th. And the Dark Pictures Anthology, The Devil in Me, comes to everything except for Switch on November 18th.
Sure does.
Yeah. Dude, so many games. So many things I want to play. I'm like excited for January to come around where there's like nothing. So I can like play some of these games.
Play some of the older things on the backlog. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, man. It's crazy. Check out our other LonerCast shows. We're about to do a spoiler cast for Wakanda Forever. It's going to be epic, dude. It's going to be the best show you've ever seen in your life. Check that out. Look up LonerCast on podcast services. Look up this show on podcast services, Last Week in Games. Twitch.tv/LonerCast. Look us up on YouTube, LonerCast. Check us out on Twitter @LonerCast1. I'm at emergency pizza _. I'm definitely Elon Musk. Check out Nick at fatal _microwave on Twitter.
Also, Elon Musk.
He's definitely Elon Musk as well. We're all
Yeah.
Elon Musk.
We're all Elon on Twitter.
Did you see fucking
That's how
Elon
Twitter
Musk
works.
just like fired a man like on
Yeah.
Twitter?
Yeah, I think
dickhead,
he's losing his mind.
Yeah.
I mean, he's lost his mind,
Yeah, he
but I
lost his
think
mind.
it's just getting worse at this point.
Yeah, he's an idiot. Anyway, that being said,
Where does all of his money go when he dies?
Twitter.
Fucking into the ether.
He's not gonna have any money
Just-
when he dies.
Just
He's losing it all.
evaporates. Oh, good.
I don't understand. Like, I was just thinking about this the other day. I'm just like, how is Elon Musk the richest man? Like, I just don't understand. Like, compared to like, compared to like fucking Bill Gates and like, I feel like his impact on this earth has been like not that extravagant, right? Like, he has Teslas but like Bill Gates made fucking Windows. Like, everyone uses Windows.
Yeah, I know.
You know,
or like the Disney Corporation.
Yeah,
like, the entire Disney. Like, they make Marvel and Star Wars.
Well, yeah, but that's not. Yeah. Bob Chapek, that man should be fucking loaded.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Yeah, I just like how.
Like Jeff Bezos, I get that.
Yeah, right. Like everyone uses Amazon and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But like Elon has more money than Jeff Bezos, so I'm like, how? Like, what the fuck does he do? Like, what the fuck does this man do? I don't even know. Like,
I don't know, man.
SpaceX, that doesn't make money. That loses money actively.
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
It confuses the fuck out of me. It's all just investors, I guess. Anyway,
I guess.
thanks for watching, everyone.